It has been a journey of faith and pure hard work. My name is Moses Mungai. I'm a trainee lawyer at Anjarwalla Khanna Advocates. I joined the firm 6 months ago as a trainee lawyer. I'm still doing my bar school. I'm in bar school in Kenya School of Law. The very unique thing about this firm is that as a trainee, you're able to do a lot of legal work. You're able to do a lot of professional networking at the same time. I went to Meshida Primary School, did my KCPE in 2012. My mom was very sick. She had a heart condition where her heart valves were too weak to control the blood flow in her heart. I remember the day my results came out for KCPE. I just called my head teacher and he was able to give me some bus fare to go to the bank to pick the Wings to Fly forms. I was among the few scholars who filled those forms so fast because I was done with my form the same day. And I remember facing the selection panel. Happy to say, a few weeks later, the Wings to Fly team would come to visit me at home. I was in the quarry. I remember my boss at the quarry telling me, you have to choose, forgo today's wages or go home. Later on, could now prepare for Wings to Fly inauguration in Kasarani. And I remember actually I went to the Congress with Akara, literally. And then I remember in Kasarani, the president was 10 meters away from me. The president, from the quarry literally just now next to the president here. And you feel like a cabinet secretary at that time. We had very many speakers coming to speak to us, telling us their journey. And then sooner you discover you're not alone. That this is a journey that many have traveled before you. They have fought, they have not given up. And that is the time it hits you that there's no other option for you than to make it. Joining Form 1 in 2013 in Nyandarua High School, a special school I hold very dear and close to my heart. This would form the last thing I would end up doing with my mom. But I would say my mom, even when she passed on a proud mom because she got involved with her son's education. She's the one who took me for admission into Form 1, became a prefect on day 1. I would end up being a prefect up to the last day of school. One promise I made myself in Kasarani is that I would get my mom treated. Because my mom, 6 years before 2014, she had been diagnosed with a heart condition that was treatable. And I'll tell you, I remember us doing harambes to raise 1.5 million. And I remember us raising 38,000. But for me, that was a reminder of how hard I have to work. But moving forward, I would say, later on, my mom got her surgery on 7th of May, 2014. And the sad bit for me in 2014 is that it's receiving the news from school that my mom had passed on the table of the surgery. It was traumatizing, it was depressing. Moving forward, I would finish my high school sooner in 2016, top the county and join Equity Leaders Program. Now officially start working in the bank. Later join college counseling where we were cancelled on application to schools abroad. And when we joined college counseling, we got to meet scholars like us who had stories like ours, who have gone to Harvard to talk to us, tell us how do we do these applications. And we would get exposed to literally all universities you can think about in the US and Europe and different forms of scholarships. I would later apply to several schools, got several admissions, and I would join University of Nairobi Law School in Parklands in 2018. Equity Group Foundation struck a deal with Strathmore to give 2 scholarships to 2 former Wings to Fly students to do diploma course in Strathmore. And my journey to join Strathmore would start there. I started doing a short course and I applied for a scholarship in Strathmore, and as God would have it, there was one for me to join the law school. And I would work so hard in Strathmore, knowing the dream was bigger. I would graduate with a distinction in the diploma and a first-class degree in law. And that's how I would end up in this magnificent place. In my 4th year, I would end up actually winning an exchange program to Poland in Europe, in University of Gdansk, to finish my law degree. Looking where I've come from, looking at my peers at home, looking at my brother, who remains a big motivation, looking at the people who have held my hand along the way, looking at the number of nights I had to spend working so hard to run away from a background that is not someone's choice. I would just conclude by saying it has been a journey of faith and pure hard work. And I would say those are two main things that we should hold dear to keep us moving.